welcome everyone to Eagan Middle School. Today we have the Eagan High School Wildcats taking on the Apple Valley Eagles. It is girls swim and dive here on September 12th, 2024, the first matchup of the season. And Eagan is looking to have a big start here to the season. First event for today is going to be the 200 medley relay, and we will listen for those swimmers. Waiting a moment here for the button.
In lane 3 is blue, Eagan.
And this is the junior varsity event here for the 200-yard medley relay. Only one lane competing here, lane 3 for Eagan. So we'll have 4 swimmers from the Eagan Wildcats competing here. Each swimmer will go down and back once. Start with Ruby Blum. And now it will be Tori Bolduck. Bolduck Moore for Eagan. Once again, junior varsity, not awarded any points in both boys and girls swim and dive. So this is just an exhibition race for them. We'll have junior varsity sporadically throughout a couple of these events. Next event will be the varsity girls 200-yard medley relay. And we will have 4 groups competing in that. 2 from Apple Valley, 2 from Eagan. Those are for the points. Halfway through this first race, we'll now be moving on to the third swimmer, Sally Nugent. She's doing the butterfly down, waiting for that turn. Touches the wall, a little bit of a slow turn there, but building momentum coming back. As now we move on to our 4th swimmer once she reaches the boards. Rihanna Olivier will be our next swimmer. She touches the board, and Rihanna jumps in. Doing the front stroke here in her turn, and her on the way back. That's going to finish up then the junior varsity part of our 200-yard medley relay. And as she touches the wall, that's going to end it here at 3 minutes. Look like 3 minutes flat for the time on that one. The board went out quick, but it looked like it was about 3:00.04. As we mentioned now, quickly moving on to the girls 200-yard medley relay varsity event. Apple Valley in lanes 2 and 4, Eagan lanes 3 and 5. 1 and 6 will be open. Looks like scorekeepers are trying to get an official time here on this one.
you need to pay attention to the referees and go on their call, so please listen.
They just announced the starting strobe light is not working on the machine. That does help the swimmers in their peripheral vision know when to start. Whistle's been blown, and we'll get this race underway. So 4 swimmers in each of these lanes, down and back once they will each go, and it's a dead heat for this first run down the line. Lane 2's leading by roughly an arm length, and they jump first, followed by Eagan and Apple Valley tied. Apple Valley now pulling ahead here for second, still holding a sizable lead here for first, but Eagan goes way underwater for that turn, trying to gain some ground. It actually looks like lane 4 is going to now take the lead as we hit the halfway mark, now a tie for second. Great jump there by lane 4, and she takes a substantial lead and a great turn as the last jumper jumps in, leading the pack here on lane 4. We can see Apple Valley in the pink swimsuit finishes that one up in lane 4 with a quick time of 2:02.64. Second place is going to be Apple Valley in lane 2. Unofficial time on that one, and then lane 3 did not stop the boards in time. It looks like they've been having a couple of time issues on the board. That's why they have parents down there and volunteers with stopwatches. So they are checking to see who the winners, or we know the winner will be lane 4, followed by lane 2, so Apple Valley takes the top 2 spots. And then 3rd and 5th go lane 3 and 5. Eagan will finish 3rd and 4th. It looks like they're going to be swapping out a board here on lane 3. They've not been able to get that one to work for the first 2 matches, so I think their hope is they can swap it out and try to get some accurate readings throughout, but they got stopwatches, and hopefully they will announce the times or put them up on the board so that we can give you an update. Next will be the 200 freestyle. This will be a junior varsity. This is for Apple Valley. Only 1 swimmer for this one. So they are hooking up the new board, and we will be underway. Once again, this is the first event for high school swim and dive for the 2024 season. Our first home match against the Apple Valley Eagles. I was talking with one of the parents, and they said this is Eagan's still a up-and-coming team, but very promising as they continue to build towards the future. You can tell from their roster a lot of sophomores and junior varsity or junior swimmers. as here we are having the 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. Sophia Groller for Apple Valley.
Submitting lane 4, Sophia Groller from Apple Valley.
So she will go back and forth 4 times. Her fast time is 2:43.87 for this event. See if she can get a personal best today. Once again, as we mentioned, junior varsity not having any points for, junior varsity does not earn any points towards the overall score of this event. We do that for both boys and girls. Swim and dive for the Minnesota State High School League. She makes her second turn, and she's coming to the halfway mark when she reaches the wall. Next on the list will be the girls 200-yard freestyle varsity. And we'll have all 6 lanes for that. 3 swimmers from Apple Valley, 3 from Eagan. Great turnout for this evening. Probably have 50 to 60 parents, grandparents, siblings watching on. Apple Valley just down the road from Eagan. I'm sure they brought out some of their fans as well. As our swimmer in the pool, Sophia Groller, does her last lap for the girls 200-yard freestyle junior varsity match. The only swimmer competing in this contest. Cheers from the Apple Valley team, and she's just a couple feet away from the finish on this one. She's going to be close to her fast time, a time of 2:41.50. That looks like it could be a personal best. The speed time on the chart showed that she had a 2:43.87. So she beats that by over 2 seconds. So great competition there. Now we move on to the girls 200-yard freestyle varsity. Back and forth 4 times, all 6 lanes. Already down and back 1 time for our leader in lane 4. That goes to Apple Valley's Vivian Lenzen. And already back down the pool. Let's see how fast this turn is. She was fast the first time. She is pulling ahead from the rest of the swimmers here by almost a quarter of the pool. But it looks like lane 5 is starting to catch up here, about 2 persons behind. Another great turn there by Vivian. Lane 5, that's an Eagan swimmer, Allie Peterson. As the rest of the pack starts to catch up to Allie in that lane 5. Allie still holds on to second as Vivian from Apple Valley is going to run away with this one. Almost a half a pool length, if not more. A lead currently as we reach halfway. It's now going going to be a dead heat for second. That's between Allie Peterson and Amanda Gordon, both Eagan swimmers. Followed by that, it looks like lane 2, Madison Rutherford. Apple Valley holding a strong fourth over Unia Boy. Apologize if I mispronounced your name. Finishing up in fifth. And then Lucy Norman out in lane 6, trailing the field. Vivian able to wrap this one up, and it was a close finish there for second. Lane 5's going to get it at a 2:16.12. Lane 3, 2:17.10. So within a 1 second difference. Allie beats her teammate Amanda Gordon, but no match there for Vivian Lenzen for Apple Valley, a 2:04.41. As that will do it here for the girls 200-yard freestyle varsity. Apple Valley picking up first place in the first 2 events. We're now going to move on to event number 5 for this evening. There will be no junior varsity for the 200 yards independent medal, or independent 200-yard, independent medley. So we move on to the varsity. Lanes 1 through 5, 2 from Apple Valley, 3 from Eagan.
On lane 1, Leah Lebuskowski from Eagan. On lane 2, Sam Graves from Apple Valley. On lane 3, Sarah Hake from Eagan. On lane 4, Dylan Bell from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Ian Wolf from Eagan.
So down and back 4 times, each swimmer will go. Apple Valley taking a big lead once again. Lane 4, Delaney Bell, Apple Valley, followed by Apple Valley Sam Graves in lane 2, pulling ahead on this one. They have to do a different swim back and forth. You can now see they've now transitioned to the backstroke on their way down here. Being the varsity event here for the independent medley event, kind of cool to shout out Mallory Wegman. She's a former Eagan swimmer, 35-year-old swimmer who ended up competing just recently in the Paralympics, won a gold medal for this event. Former Eagan swimmer, I'm guessing she probably would have graduated either 2007, 2008, competed in the Paralympics 2012, 2016, 2020, or 2021, as you can call it, and then 2024, was able to pick up 2 medals in Paris. So you can see they're doing the front stroke. Looks like not the front stroke, the butterfly that is, as they turn around, and now they do the front stroke. As Apple Valley starts their last lap. Sizable lead there for lane 4. Delaney Bell's going to probably pick up this one as long as she has a good turn here. Quickly on her heels, Sam Graves in lane 2 for Apple Valley. About a pool length behind. It's going to be a close finish for third. Eden Wolf and Megan from Eagan in lane 1 and 5. Lane 4, as we mentioned, is going to pick up that one. Beats her teammate by roughly 3 seconds. So lane 4, Delaney Bell going to get a 2:27.91, followed by a 2:30.94 for Apple Valley teammate Delaney Bell. Eagan finishes this up with a third place finish, 2:44.30. So roughly about 20 seconds or so, maybe 17 seconds behind first place. Eden Wolf getting that. Now we're going to move on to our girls 50-yard freestyle junior varsity event. We will have 2 heats for this. First one, we'll have 5 swimmers, 2 from Apple Valley, 3 from Eagan. Let's see if Eagan can pick up their first victory. Quick down and back for this event. Eagan's going to be pulling away with this event. All 3 swimmers in the lead. Going to be coming up here. It looks like Sally Nugent going to pick up that victory. Time of 35:23. That'll be her personal speed time for that event. And Eagan going to pick up all those positions here. Second place, lane 5:38.73. Rihanna Oliver, and in third place, lane 1, 39.98, Sam Moore picking up that one. Once again, junior varsity. No points awarded for these. These are just exhibition races. Be able to allow all their swimmers to compete and to gain experience to move up to the varsity level. This is heat 2 now of our junior varsity. All 6 lanes, 3 from Apple Valley, 3 from Eagan. Down and back once is all they're going to go here. Apple Valley is going to be able to take this one here in lane 4. And Eagan's going to follow up with a second, third, and fourth for this final matchup in the junior varsity. Lane 4 with a time of 30:92. That goes to Apple Valley's Grace Martin. And then Eagan following up with some best times that they have recorded according to their speed time chart. As now we move on to most people's favorite event, the girls 50-yard freestyle varsity. We should be seeing times well under 30 seconds. All 6 lanes will be used. Apple Valley 2, 4, 6. Eagan 1, 3, 5. Here comes the photo finish. It looks like Eagan's going to pick up this one here, lane 5. She does it, 27:84. What a time that is. And lane 2, Apple Valley, I'm sorry, lane 4 for a second place. Apple Valley at a 28:37. So roughly 30, about a half a second behind. All those times, 27, 28, 28, 28, and then a pair of 30s for lane 1 and lane 6. But Eagan being able to pick up their first victory in the 50 freestyle. We're going to now take a couple minutes. We're going to now move on to the diving portion of today's competition. So stay tuned. You are watching Eagan TV.
6.5. Jenna, 401C, inward dive tuck, 1.4, Trinity on deck. Four and a half, 5.5, 5.5. Trinity is doing a 401B, inward dive pike, 1.5, elevate on deck. Five, six, six. Ellery, 401B, inward dive pike, 1.5, Leah up on deck. Five and a half, six, 5.5. Leah, doing a 401B, inward dive pike, 1.5, Asya on deck. Six, seven, 7.5. Asya, 102C, forward one somersault tuck, 1.4, Libby on deck. Judge 3.5, 3.5. Libby, 102B, forward one somersault pike, 1.5, Olivia Madden on deck. Three and a half, 5.5, 5. Olivia, 402C, inward one somersault tuck, 1.6, Hansung on deck. Four and a half, 5.5, 5.5. Hansun, 402C, inward somersault tuck, 1.6, Gwen on deck. Four and a half, 5. Gwen, 402C, inward one somersault tuck, 1.6, Olivia Lemke on deck. Four, 5, 4.5. Olivia, 52-21D, back one somersault half twist, free, 1.7. Fail dive. Jenna, 402C, inward one somersault tuck, 1.6, Trinity on deck. 1.2. Five, 5.5, 5.5. Ellery, 402C, inward one somersault tuck, 1.6. Leah up on deck. Four and a half, 5, 5. Leah, 402C, inward 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6. With Libby on deck. Four and a half, 6, 5. Libby, 52-21D, back one somersault half twist free, 1.7. Olivia Madden on deck. Four and a half, 5.5, 5. Olivia, 102B, forward one somersault pike, 1.5. Hansan on deck. Four, 4.5. Hansan, 202A, back one somersault straight, 1.7. Gwen on deck. Four and a half, 4, 4. Gwen, 202A, back one somersault straight, 1.7. Olivia Lumpy on deck. Four and a half, 5, 5. Olivia, 201B, back guide pike, 1.6. Jenna on deck. 102B, forward 1 somersault pike, 1.5. Olivia Lemke on deck. 5.5, 4.5. Olivia, 301B, reverse dive pike, 1.7. Jenna on deck. 4.4. Jenna, 301C, reverse dive tuck, 1.6. Trinity on deck. 4.5, 6, 5. Trinity, 301B, reverse dive pike, 1.7. Ellery on deck. 6.5, 6.5. Ellery, 202C, back 1 somersault tuck, 1.5. Leah on deck. 4.5.5. One moment for clarification. May I have a referee to the table, please? Leah, 52-22D, back 1 somersault, 1 twist free, 1.9. Hansan on deck. 6, 5.5. Starting our 5th round of diving is Hansan with a 104B, forward 2 somersault pike, 2.3 on deck when. 4.4.4. When 103B, forward 1.5 somersault pike, 1.7. Olivia Lemke on deck. 3.5, 5.5. Olivia, 101B, forward dive pike, 1.3. Jenna on deck. 4.5, Jenna, 202A, back one somersault straight, 1.7. Four and a half, one and a half. Trinity, 202B, back one somersault pike, 1.6, Ellery on deck. Three and a half, four and a half, four and a half. Ellery, 103B, forward one and a half somersault pike, 1.7, Leah on deck. Five and a half, four and a half. Leah, 52-23D, back one somersault, one and a half, twist free, 2.3. Four and a half, five and a half, five and a half. Starting our sixth and final round of diving is Hansan with a 51-22D, forward one somersault, one twist free, 1.9, one on deck. Three and a half, three and a half, three and a half. Gwen, 51-21D, forward one somersault, half twist free, 1.7, Olivia Lumpy on deck. Five and a half, five. Olivia, 103B, forward one and a half somersault pike, 1.7, Jenna on deck. Four and a half, four, five. Jenna, 52-11A, back dive half twist straight, 1.8, Trinity on deck. Six and a half, five. Trinity, 52-31D, back one and a half somersault, half twist free, 2.1, Ellery on deck. Four and a half, five, five. Ellery, 302C, reverse one somersault tuck, 1.6, Leah on deck. Five and a half, five. Our final dive of the evening will be by Leah, doing a 104C, forward two somersault tuck, 2.2.
welcome back here to Eagan Middle School here, swim and dive competition. We're moving on now to the junior varsity of the 100 butterfly.
In lane 3 is Megan
Two swimmers for this.
In lane 5, Stella Phelps from Eagan.
Two swimmers for this event, pulled from Eagan, Megan and Stella. Lanes 3 and 5, junior varsity for this event. Sounds like we will also get results from diving here shortly. Maybe those coming up. The 100-yard butterfly, down, back, down, and back. Twice they will go. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, junior varsity, no points awarded for the overall score. These are just kind of exhibition races to allow all team members on the team to be able to compete and to gain their skill to be moving up to varsity here in the future. They're dead even here. Let's see how they compete. The turn still dead even as they come down. Looks like lane 5 pokes her head up first. And I think that extra couple of feet is going to give lane 3 the lead here. Maybe by roughly a swimmer's length, and she is going to touch the boards first. It's a time of 1:26.64, followed by lane 5 with a 1:30.28. Lane 5 with her personal best, beating it by well over 3 seconds. But now we're going to move on to the girls 100-yard butterfly varsity. All 6 lanes will be used. Apple Valley, lane 2, 4, and 6. Eagan, lane 1, 3, 5. Waiting for the call.
On lane 1, Maddie Behrens from Eagan. On lane 2, Lauren Showalter from Apple Valley. On lane 3, Ali Peterson from Eagan. On lane 4, Greta Market from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Eagan Woods from Eagan. On lane 6, Delaney Bell from Apple Valley.
Similar to the last competition, down and back twice. Apple Valley already completing 1 lap, way ahead of second place here. Lane 6 also Apple Valley, and it looks like tailing or coming up here in the 3rd position, Eagan in the lane 5. Apple Valley already completing her final turn over probably a quarter of the length pool, if not almost half the pool. A lead here. She's going to have a fast time here. Lane 4. Lane 4 is going to go to Greta Marcotte with a time of 1 minute, .51. Fast time for her. Following up there, lane 6, also Apple Valley, coming in at second, 109.87, and then 3rd place, lane 3, that goes to Ali Peterson from Eagan, 116.57. Now we're going to move on to the girls 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. We're going to have 2 rounds total in this competition. Apple Valley going to be in lane 2 and 6. Only 2 swimmers for this one. Actually, it looks like they might be stand by and make sure that we have that correct. I think some confusion for some Apple or Eagan players thinking that they were up next, but looks like it might just be this one swimmer, Sarah Mohammed, in lane yes, there we go. Sarah Mohammed in lane 2, Abin Basil, lane 6. All both from Apple Valley.
On lane 2, Sarah Mohammed from Apple Valley. On lane 6, Abian Basal from Apple Valley.
Basal with the early lead here in lane 2. I'm sorry, she's in lane 6, trailing behind Sarah Mohammed. Mohammed takes the turn, down and back twice they're gonna have to go. Mohammed goes into a butterfly, then back to the front stroke at the turn. Leading by about a quarter of a pool length. As Mohammed is going to finish up her first lap, down and back one more time. Gets the push off the wall, doesn't get very far, back up above the water. Once again, this is the heat 1 of 2 for the junior varsity of the 100-yard freestyle. In with a much better turn than Mohammed. See if she can catch her. Currently about half a pool length behind. One more turn for Mohammed here on the far side and coming to the finish. Next up, we're going to have heat 2 of our junior varsity of the girls 100-yard freestyle. We're going to have 4 swimmers from that, 3 from Eagan, and then a Natalie Zick in lane 4 for Apple Valley. We'll see how these swimmers finish. Sarah Mohammed close to her fast time. Her personal best just a couple seconds off, and she's going to do that for her best time. Did not get the exact time, it was 1:47 something. Board went out, as now we see Abin trying to finish. She looks like she might get her best time. She gets close to it, applause all around the pool. She's gonna get her best time at a 2:07. And that beats her best time by over 14 seconds. Great run by both of them. Now we move on to heat 2 for the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. As we mentioned, Eagan in lanes 1, 3, 5. Apple Valley, lane 4. Little bobble there from lane 1 for Sam Moore. She gets out.
On lane 3, Sally Lynn from Eagan. On lane 4, Natalie Zick from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Anika Swaminathan from Eagan.
So yeah, as we mentioned, kind of a little stumble there from Sam Moore coming off the line here on lane 1. Lost her balance right before the jump, gained her balance, but then was not ready for the jump. Egan's going to be leading, looks like first and second here. Lane 5 right now in the lead. Anika Swaminathan pulling away on this one, but a close second. Eagan now lane 5, Sally Nugan. Nugan's going to take the turn, followed by Sally. Third place then is Apple Valley, Natalie Zick. And lane 5's going to get that. Anika's going to get a fast time of 1:15.65, followed by second place, 1:17.99. So just 2 seconds behind her teammate, Sally Nugan. Apple Valley going to finish third, followed by Sam Moore. Lane 1 finishes fourth. Now we're moving on to the girls 100-yard freestyle varsity. All 6 lanes will be used. Eagan lanes 1, 3, 5. Apple Valley 2, 4, 6. Back and forth twice they're going to go. Apple Valley's going to be leading this one here early in lane 4, but a close charger there in lane 3 by Eagan. Looks like Eagan's going to take the next 3 positions, followed by the leader. Lane 4 right now in the lead, Vivian Lenzen for Apple Valley. All these times are going to try to come in under 1 minute. Fast turn there for Vivian. She's going to be pulling ahead. I think she's going to lock it up, but coming up close here, second, is going to be Eagan in lane 3. Ruby Call for Eagan is going to finish second, and a photo finish there for lane 3rd. Photo finish for 3rd place, lane 6. Apple Valley going to pick up that one, but with a time of 56:58. Vivian's going to pick up that one for Apple Valley. Second will go to Ruby Call, the time of 58:63, and our photo finish for 3rd place, 1 minute .77 over 1 minute .95 seconds, a little less than 2/100ths of a second. Apple Valley pulls off a podium finish there in the 3rd place. Now we're moving on to the girls' 500-yard freestyle varsity. This is our marathon event, down and back several times.
On lane 1, Claire Francis from Eagan. On lane 2, Madison Woodford from Apple Valley. On lane 3, Amanda Gordon from Eagan. Lane 4, Ruby Whitfrey from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Ashworth McCooley from Eagan. On lane 6, Anika Bentley from Apple Valley.
Our marathon event here, the 500 freestyle, down and back a total of 10 times. Definitely some endurance you need in this one, and it's dead heat. It's a dead tie here currently for first between lane 4 for Apple Valley, Ruby Whiffgreen, and lane 1, Claire Kinseth for Eagan. Like Ruby is starting to pull away on this one. She starts her 3rd of 10 laps now in lane 4. Now we're getting a battle for second. Couple of Eagan swimmers now. Lane 1, Claire, and it looks like lane 3, Amanda Gordon starting to catch up. Ruby continuing to pull ahead here in lane 4 for Apple Valley. She completes another turn. I believe it's going to be lap 4 already out of 10. As now we pause to listen to the diving score.
Exhibition divers, Nicole Clausen with a score of 16.80. Asia Shaw, 13.10. Libby Brogold, 66.00. Our 2 junior varsity divers. In 2nd place with Olivia Madden with a score of 66.05. 1st place, Hansan Trung with a final score of 140.90. Great job to our junior varsity divers. Next, I will read the results of our varsity divers. In 6th place, Olivia Lemke from Apple Valley, a score of 116.45. In 5th place, Lena Porto, with a score of 140.55. In 4th place, Ellery Jones with a score of 141.80. In 3rd place, Jenna Tegland with a score of 143.15. In 2nd place, Trinity Garlic Nelson from Apple Valley with a score of 181.95. And in 1st place, Leah Rudashevsky from Apple Valley with a score of 184.75. Well done to all of our divers.
You just heard the diving scores that just wrapped up here right before a couple races ago. Both the varsity and the junior varsity scores on that. Back to the action here. Current leader, lane 4, Apple Valley pulling ahead by a little bit now, but a close second by about 2 swimmers' lengths difference. Eagan, lane 3, is catching our leader. Fast turn there for Eagan. Let's see if she can kind of start to pull ahead here. About a quarter of a length pull back now. Once again, lane 4, Ruby Wigtree. And lane 3, Amanda Gordon, starting to catch the pack there. Kind of hard to keep track. Everyone on, a 10-lap race, trying to keep track of who the leader is and who's in second right now. Both Eagan and lane 3 in Apple Valley and lane 4, 3/4 of the way done with this event now. As they complete their turns. Lane 5, 1 lap back, looks like. Lane 2 and 6. Looks like lane 2 about a lap and a half back. And lanes 1 and 6, 2 laps back. So all eyes are on the finish for these first and second. Looks like they're going to be going down and back once again here as they finish up their 9th lap. Here's the bell for lane 4, signifying that she is in the lead. Eagan knows she has to be close. Going to be hard to pull this one off, but you can see Eagan, lane 3, picking it up a little bit of a gear. Let's see how these turns work. Final turns for both first and second here. Lane 4, lane 3. Apple Valley with a great turn there, as well as Eagan. But I don't know if Eagan's going to be able to catch this one, as we're now coming to the line. Eagan's going to get a fast time, or Apple Valley's going to get a fast time here. And she does. Lane 4 is going to pick up the victory there. Ruby Wigtree with a time of 5:54.01. And not far behind second place, Eagan, 5:57.10. So less than 3 seconds behind. You can see those swimmers giving a fist bump there, congratulating their team. Lane 1 is going to finish third at a 6:15.24. That's an Eagan swimmer. Lane 1, Claire Kinseth. And Apple Valley, lane 2 is going to finish up that one. Final lap, looks like for both lane 5 and lane 6. 5 has already completed the turn. So lane 5 is going to come home in 5th place. Ashlyn McCulley and Anika Bentley in lane 6 for Apple Valley is going to finish off this field. Next event, we're going to now move on to some more junior varsity events. This is the girls 200-yard freestyle relay. So we'll see 4 swimmers in each of these lanes.
Event 17, 200-yard freestyle relay junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
So only one heat for this event here. High fives and hugs by their Eagan players. You can see there on the sideline, cheering each other on. See a lot of swimmers compete in this one. 16 swimmers total, 4 from each lane. Eagan, lane 1, 3, and 5. Apple Valley, only in lane 6.
On lane 1, Ellery Jones from Eagan. On lane 3, Sam Toll from Eagan. On lane 5, Stella Phelps from Eagan. On lane 6, Grace Kessler from Apple Valley.
So each swim is going to go down and back once. You can see getting on the boards, ready. Lane 3 is going to take the lead here. Followed by lane 5.
On lane 1, Ricky Barber from Eagan. On lane 3, Olivia Maddox from Eagan. On lane 5, Wilbur Bloom from Eagan. On lane 6, Natalie Sick from Apple Valley.
lane 3, Olivia Madden, coming to the halfway point of this competition. Gwyneth Huraka is going to be jumping in. Taking the lead is lane 3, followed by lane 5. Also Eagan in a dead heat there for third place. Eagan looks to have the lead there in lane 1.
On lane 1, Nicole Clausen from Eagan. On lane 3, Gwyneth Burkett from Eagan. On lane 5, Anika Swamington from Eagan. On lane 6, Sarah Monson from Apple Valley.
The last swimmer jumps in, Jenna Taglin for lane 3. Down and back one time she needs to go. Holding a good lead over lane 5. Looks like Eagan's going to be able to wrap this one up here though. Down and back they go. Third place is going to be the competition. And a photo finish. Lane 5 picked up the paces. Got 2 swimmers in the pool. The last swimmer just jumped here from lane 1. Full lap, if not a little bit more behind than the leaders who already finished. First and second though, what a time. Lane 3 who led the entire race, 2:16.40, but lane 5 closed in tight at a 2:16.97, only 5/100ths of a second behind her teammate. And some speed out of lane 1, gonna catch lane 5. She was a full pool length behind. And that lane 4, Abin Basil, being able to come in and get a 3:07.12, gaining a full pool length at the end. We're gonna now move on to our girls 200-yard freestyle relay varsity. Lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be used. Apple Valley in the even numbers 2, 4, and 6. Eagan, lane 3 and 5.
On lane 2, Sam Waves from Apple Valley. On lane 3, Lucy Norman from Eagan. On lane 4, Amelia Dodge from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Amanda Morgan from Eagan. On lane 6, Olivia Lincoln from Apple Valley.
Similar to the last race, we're going to see a total of 20 swimmers. 5 lanes, 4 swimmers each lane, down and back each. Apple Valley with a timed lead here, first and second.
On lane 3, Ruby Cole from Eagan. On lane 4, Delaney Miller from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Ashton McCoy from Eagan. On lane 6, Stephen Nelson from Apple Valley.
So as they come to the halfway point, Eagan's catching in the lane 3. Let's see who jumps first. It's a dead heat tie here. Lane 3, lane 4, Eagan versus Apple Valley. Let's see who pulls off this one.
Grace Martin from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Allison Cooper from Eagan. On lane 4, Leah Rubinetsky from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Sarah White from Eagan. On lane 6, Madison Greenfield from Apple Valley.
Eagan gets the little bit of a jump or a faster turn on that side, and they are dead even still for the lead. This will be a photo finish to the end. Third place, Apple Valley, lane 2. Coming to the line here, and the stretch. Yeah, Eagan picking up that one, a 52.36. And about a 1.5 of a second per second, a 1:52.51. So a great finish there by Eagan.
Up next,
Third
number
place,
19,
lane 2 is also going to go to Eagan,
backstroke,
201.79.
peak 101.
So some good races Eagan is putting up here in the late stage of this event. See if they can, gain some ground on the dominance that Apple Valley had early in this event. As we now move on to event 19 tonight, girls 100-yard backstroke junior varsity. 4 swimmers in this one. Eagan in lane 1, 3, 5. Apple Valley lane 4.
On lane 1, Bolton Carter from Eagan. On lane 3, Ruby Sim from Eagan. On lane 4, Grace Urkel from Apple Valley. On lane 5, Brianna Oliver from Eagan.
So for the junior varsity, down and back twice, they will need to go for this backstroke competition. Once again, junior varsity not being awarded any points for the overall team score. That's the Minnesota State High School League for both boys and girls swim and dive, but gives a great competition across the board and allows all the swimmers on the team to be able to compete and to gain that experience to move up to varsity one day. Eagan, though, with an early lead here, lanes 1 and 3. Lane 4 then will be in third place for Apple Valley, followed by lane 5, Eagan. Now these swim teams across the South Metro award themselves on being a no-cut team. Anyone who wants to come out and compete can do so. Definitely something to check out. We're going to have a quick photo finish here. It looks like lane 3 might be able to pick that one up and beats her teammate by roughly 2/100ths of a second. So lane 3, that is Ruby Blum, going to get a time of 1:30.03. Her teammate in lane 1, second place, 1:30.26. We're now moving on to the 100-yard varsity backstroke. All 6 lanes will be used. Eagan's lanes 1, 3, 5. Apple Valley staying in the even lanes 2, 4, and 6 as we wait for the start. And it looks like Greta Marcotte, lane 4, with a great start there, was able to stay under the water in this backstroke well past half of the pool at the very start. And that's going to give her the lead as she now completes her final turn. And she is well ahead of second place. It looks like lane 3 for Eagan. Lane 3, Ruby Call. Lane 4, Greta Marcotte going to pick up that one, no problem at all. 1:01 flat for her time. And then actually, Apple Valley able to get a faster turn on that last stretch. Going to get a second place at a 1:08:02. Eagan's going to finish third in lane 3, 1:09:40.
100-yard breaststroke, junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
So Apple Valley pulling off first and second in that 100-yard backstroke competition. Eagan finishing third. Now we'll be moving on to the girls' 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity. Only one swimmer for this one. This is going to be from Apple Valley, lane 4, Sophia Groller. This will be her single event. After that, 3 more races to go. For the 100-yard breaststroke, down and back twice. Down and back she goes. Mentioned a couple times tonight, junior varsity, no points awarded for that class. It's purely an exhibition to be able to get swimmers some competition time and to get ready for varsity, to get the chance to be able to move up. So as we continue to look at the rest of the Eagan schedule, as we see Apple Valley finishing up their event. Next week they're going to be at home against North on the 26th. They come back at home against Rosemount. On October 3rd, they'll be playing against Eastview. They have a couple of invitationals on the weekends, one at St. Kate's on September 21st, and another one on October 5th. This is the girls' 100-yard breaststroke varsity.
Anika Stroganathan from Eagan. In lane 2, Wilfrey from Apple Valley. In lane 3, Sarah Hicks from Eagan. In lane 4, Cora Mitchell from Apple Valley. In lane 5, Claire Francis from Eagan. In lane 6, Olivia Linke from Apple Valley.
So down and back twice they're going to have to go here. Let's see who's in the lead at the halfway mark. Eagan looks to be holding the lead here in lane 3. Close second, and a tie looks like for second between Apple Valley, lane 2 and 4. Close behind Eagan though. Looks like lane 2 might have a little bit of an advantage as she catches Eagan in lane 3. One last turn they're going to complete. Good turn for Eagan, getting in deep, trying to get pretty far here. She gets about a quarter of the way down the pool. That's going to probably pull her ahead here of Apple Valley. I think Eagan's going to be able to pull this one off here. Lane 3, Zara Haku. She's going to be able to do it here with a time of 1:21:37. Lane 2, Apple Valley, 1:23:66. Lane 3, lane 4, also Apple Valley, getting the podium spot here in third place at 1:28:92. So Eagan being able to pick up the victory on this varsity event.
400-yard freestyle relay junior varsity, heat 1 of 1.
So now this will be the junior varsity for the 400-yard freestyle relay. Similar to the 200 freestyle relay, except each swimmer will go down and back twice. Eagan, lane 3, Apple Valley, lane 6 for this event.
On lane 3, Stella Phelps from Eagan. On lane 6, Sarah Newman from Apple Valley.
So down and back, each swimmer will go twice. 4 swimmers total per lane. 8 competing in this competition for the Junior Varsity Freestyle 400-yard relay. After this, only one more event, the girls 400-yard freestyle relay. Gonna have 3 swimmers from Apple Valley in that one, 2 from Eagan. It's overall 20 swimmers, so we can say 8 from Eagan and 12 from Apple Valley. Eagan leading this one here by a full pool length now, as our first swimmer is finishing up and our second swimmer about to jump in.
On lane 3, Sally Wynn from Eagan. On lane 6, breaststroke from Apple Valley.
Sally Newgan now in the pool for Eagan. Flying down the pool and back. Looks like she's gonna probably fully lap Apple Valley out there in lane 6. As Apple Valley is gonna be able to have their second swimmer jump in there, Grace Herzog in lane 6. Eagan does lap Apple Valley here, so Apple Valley is going to have some quick swimmers to be able to catch up here. Sally Newgan for Eagan, lane 3, yes. Completing her final turn, as now we're going to reach the halfway mark. Sam Moore is going to be jumping in for Eagan. Apple Valley gonna still have to go back and down one more time before halfway. Sam Morgan with a great, I'm sorry, not Morgan, Moore. Sam Moore with a great jump, gets about halfway down the pool before having to get up, and now she completes her turn.
On lane 6,
Comes back. Believe Apple Valley still on their second swimmer. You can see the cap of Eagan coming off of Sam Moore. Doesn't look like it's covering her eyes or anything in any way, so hopefully it will not be an issue. Coming up next here, Natalie Zick for Apple Valley, going to be jumping from lane 6. Now Apple Valley halfway in this competition. Sam Moore going to finish this up here for Eagan in lane 3, or at least finish up her lap. Rihanna Oliver down and back twice. She will have to go as she jumps. We're going to say roughly about 2 pool lengths or 2 full laps ahead of Apple Valley, who the third swimmer is just starting her second lap. So 4 strong swimmers from Eagan dominating this competition. Down and back one more time for Rihanna Oliver to wrap up this victory. This time by Natalie Zick in lane 6. Gonna take the wall and get the last swimmer in for Apple Valley, Sophia Groller. She'll need to go down and back twice. As we mentioned, being lapped by about a pool length and a half now. So we see Eagan complete her turn and the fourth swimmer jumping in for Apple Valley. As Rihanna comes to the finish, we'll see what her time will be. Coming close to the fast time for this team. And she does hit a 5:30.23. Previous fast time was a 5:39. Shaved off almost a full 9 seconds. Lane 6, Sophia Groller. Picking up the pace here. Cut off about a half a pool length during her swim. Too far behind Eagan there in lane 3. So now Sophia going back and down one more time. Their overall record, a 6:07.94. We're already at a 6:03, so they're not going to beat their personal best. But a great effort here for this junior varsity team and competition. Applause both by Eagan and Apple Valley swimmers to the finish. They're going to finish at a 6:23.76. We're now going to move on to our last event, the girls 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. Just what we just saw here. 5 lanes being used. Apple Valley lane 2, 4, and 6. Eagan lanes 3 and 5. Total of 20 swimmers we'll see in our final competition tonight. Fast time goal for this one is going to be a 3:45. That'll probably lock up your victory. Lane 4, Vivian Lenzen, already completing her first lap. Eagan in lane 3, Kate LeBeau right on her tail. We'll be able to see how they do in this turn. Apple Valley able to pull ahead, but pokes her head out of the water pretty quickly, as does Eagan. Eagan's going to lose a little bit of ground as we get ready for our second swimmers jumping in. Already down once and is starting her second lap. Lane 4, that is. Our second swimmer, Amelia Dahl. Still Eagan trying to be within reach. Probably about a quarter of a pool length behind. That's lane 3, Allie Peterson. As now we get halfway through this race, we're going to have our third swimmers jump in. Apple Valley's third swimmer now in lane 4, pulling ahead almost a half a pool length now over Eagan lane 4. Allison Luker, Greta Marcotte for Apple Valley in lane 4. Allison Luker's lane 3 for Eagan. As now the fourth and final swimmer we'll see for Apple Valley jumping in lane 4, closely followed by Eagan in lane 3. So backing down they go. It's going to be victory, it looks like, for Apple Valley, unless the Eagan can really get a fast turn here and try to make a drive down the line here in lane 3. Still about a half a full length behind, so I think Apple Valley lane 4, Ruby Wigfree, is going to get the victory here in lane 4. They do it with a time of 4:01.81. Eagan not too far behind, a 4:06.43. So about 5.5 seconds behind. As we have our swimmers now on their final lap. Third place, looks like it's going to go to lane 2. That is a time of 4:27.88. Lyric Showalter, Apple Valley going to finish on the podium here in third. Eagan going to finish fourth there in lane 5, and Apple Valley in lane 6. That's going to do it for the competition here today. I don't know if they have final points announced for this competition. Eagan winning all but 2 of these races. I can assume that Apple Valley is going to be the victor, leaving Eagan Middle School here tonight. But a lot more events here coming up for Eagan TV and girls swim and dive. So we have several more events later on in the season. Stay tuned to all of our social media platforms on Eagan TV and our website to follow all the action. Thank you very much for watching here tonight. Apple Valley gonna pull the victory off here, and we will see you next week Thursday as girls swim and dive Eagan takes on North. Have a great night. Just announced the final score, 94 for Apple Valley and 80 for Eagan. So they were tallying those up pretty quickly. As you can hear the chants for Eagan congratulating their competition on the victory tonight, 94 versus 80. And that will do it here for tonight. We'll see you next week Thursday as girls swim and dive take on North High School. Have a good night.